Our main event, the man who beat Tyson twice, Evander Holyfield versus Vaughn. Holyfield meets the #1 contender for the IBF and WBA heavyweight championship. Well, Vaughn's background reads like so many other fighters struggling to the top. He survived the tough inner city streets of Chicago. Raised by his mother, who unfortunately died before seeing her son become a 5-time Golden Gloves champion and start a pro career. He got into his share of street fights as a kid, but his strict religious upbringing kept him out of major trouble. Now a devout Muslim, Vaughn has to address the biggest challenge of his career.
It's not hard to come in Atlanta and fight Holyfield. Holyfield, like I said, I'll fight Holyfield in one of them 32 bedrooms he got. I'll fight Holyfield anywhere. This is for the championship of the world. In the arena, 40,000 fans screaming at me. I'm totally gonna be thinking, you know, just gotta win. Just thinking, gotta win. You know, gotta win. Just gotta win. That's all I'm gonna be thinking. It's gonna be repeatedly going over and over in my head. Gotta win. It's gonna be a song. It's gonna be a rhythm. Gotta win. I'm going to that next level. I'm going to be bigger than him come tonight, you know. I'm going to be bigger than him. I'm going on the other level, you know. It's my time. It's my time to shine, you know. It's my time to, you know, everybody get a time and a chance to shine at this, and it's my time. This is my time. So I don't care if I'm fighting behind enemy lines. I can beat Evander Holyfield. It doesn't matter. I'm here to win. I'm a trench fighter, and I'm going to be in the trenches come tonight.
All right, Vaughn talks a good game, but he looks soft. He's at his heaviest weight ever, 231 pounds. That was at the weigh-in. Who knows what he is now? That was a couple of days ago. It's difficult to take him seriously. What kind of a challenge, if any, does he pose to Holyfield?
Well, he signed as a bean and he came in as a pumpkin.
Ooh.
All I can think of is that night when Buster Douglas showed up 40 pounds overweight and Evander Holyfield sent him right back to room service real early in that fight. Anybody that gains that much weight before an important fight, I can't take seriously. I mean, Bean should come in here really sharp and real fat. I mean, anybody that tells you that adding weight adds punch doesn't know much boxing. Let me tell you, that's not the way it goes. I don't think he's got much chance. I don't think he's got any chance, if I'm going to tell you the truth. And there's nobody that's a joke once they get inside the ring. I don't care who they are. There's no jokes in boxing to me. I admire boxers. You got to have guts to get in, but You've got to admit he's got a chance against Holyfield if he takes him too lightly. But in front of 40,000 screaming fans of Holyfield, I don't think Holyfield's going to do anything but give them what they want, a knockout.
Well, when you think of the word lightly, you don't think of Vaughn. Meanwhile, Evander Holyfield has enjoyed great success and prosperity throughout his career, at times defying the odds and overcoming adversity. But his ring history can almost be divided in half when it comes to his mental approach to the game. While Holyfield brings the science to the sweet science and the art to the manly art, hasn't always been this way.
In my early career, I never followed a game plan. It was all about me just forcing my will on a person. On the second part of my career, I fight with my mind. If you cannot think me, chances are you're going to lose.
Evander's fighting the smartest fight he's ever fought.
I think the first fight with Tyson was the most complete fight I ever fought.
He's not moving Holyfield. He's not moving Holyfield back.
On my mind at that time was keep Mike going backwards and see could he adjust going backwards. He set himself, both of his feet parallel. If you can step one between it, it's easy to get him off balance because you push him. He would have to put one leg back to keep from falling, and it was easy to get him to go backwards.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a stunning upset, Evander Holyfield.
Holyfield picking up where he left off.
This time he wasn't as aggressive. He was more focused and he had things down, but I was still able to hit him because Mike just had the perfect style that fit my boxing style.
What happened here?
He got bit, I think.
Evander Holyfield, look out, he's pushed right here, above us by Tyson.
It's a miracle he didn't get bit back.
Old Evander got bit on the ear. Old Evander would have probably bit him back.
It's going to be a 2-point deduction. The fight will go on.
That's when he first came back out. He was very confident. But by me staying focused, I was able to catch him with shots, which allowed him to bite them again.
He bit him again. He bit him again.
Mike Tyson has bitten Evander Holyfield for the second time, and it is all-out war.
You know, I thought about kicking him, but I didn't. You know, I sit here and say, you know, I'm thankful that I didn't. It's not like it just helped me. I think it helped the whole game of boxing. I actually thought the Mike Tyson fight was the most complete fight I fought until I fought Michael Moore.
And it is target practice with that right jab for Michael Moore.
He was a left-hander, and everybody said that I wouldn't be able to perform properly against a left-hander, and so I had to see how I can get him in.
His left hand down. What's he doing? I don't know what's going on. What's he doing?
Once I dropped my hands, I was able to lure him into that position. When you get inside, then you're not fighting a left-hander. You got two people squared up. Then I was able to beat him. I've been around a long time. I've been around 27 years. You just now it's to this pinnacle. I'm a winner. Always been one, but they just not realizing that I am one.
Well, Evander Holyfield is definitely more intelligent and patient in the ring of late, but the feeling is once he applies the pressure, Bean will fall. Bobby Ches, let's get your keys to victory for both fighters.
Well, Evander Holyfield, that thinking fighter that he is, he also throws classic combinations. He loves to set his man up. Here you'll see with him with Mike Tyson, he will do the same things with Bean. Just a simple classic. 1-2 right down the middle, a nice jab and a right hand looped over the top. Beautiful timing. He keeps the pressure on Vaughn Bean. The same thing's going to happen to Bean. The jab down the middle, he has the reach, and he has good combinations. He has classic combinations. Here Mike tries to get his hands up, clinch. Evander's not going to let him off the hook. Around with the left, around with the right. He's going to keep Mike in trouble. Evander follows up. This is something Vaughn Bean doesn't do enough of. Evander will pursue his man. He will find him, and he will destroy him. He realizes Mike's not off the hook. He's still aggressive. Mike tries to fend him off. Evander, ever thinking fighter, defense. He'll rock back and fire a double right hand over the top. And once again, he has Mike Tyson in big trouble. This is something he'll be looking to do to set Vaughn Bean up. He rocks back, bang, that right hand right on the money. Very accurate puncher, crisp puncher. There's the second right hand. Now, Evander, no matter what Mike does, he's prepared. He's always thinking, you can see his eyes, he's squared. Mike tries to punch again. Evander rocks on him again, throws a bigger right hand over the top. Mike has not understood what he's doing wrong, and Evander consistently, there's the rock, there's the right hand. This was the beginning of the end for Mike Tyson, and if Vaughn Bean doesn't catch on, it will be the same for him. One of the things Vaughn's going to have to do is the same thing. He's going to have to go to the body and the head with Evander Holyfield to mix things up. He throws an uppercut, an overhand right here, and then he follows up with a big right hand around to the side, but this is kind of it. He doesn't follow up enough. You'll see a left uppercut that comes up, and a right hand over the top. It's a nice under and over combination, which is something he's going to have to do. A nice under and over. He pursues Michael Moore with a beautiful right hand, but that's it. He's 2 or 3 punches and out. The key for him is going to be, Steve, he's going to have to follow up. He's not going to be able to just let Evander go with 2 or 3 punches.
All right, Bobby. Well, Evander Holyfield represents all that is good in a sport with many problems. He overcame a raw deal at the Olympics to become the first fighter to unify the cruiserweight title. Then he was told he was too small to be a heavyweight, only to win the crown 3 times. Now in the victory lap portion of a remarkable career, his eyes are pointed toward the ultimate prize, title unification. Yet, instead of unifying, he defends his 2 title belts. Vaughn Bean's decent showing in defeat versus an uninspired Michael Moore boosted his stock, and by virtue of being the #1 mandatory contender, he gets this shot. Holyfield would be stripped of the IBF title if he didn't fight him. Bean says he's not intimidated by Holyfield or the home crowd advantage, that if he sticks to his game plan, he'll knock Holyfield out. Bean may need more than a good game plan. He may need a good health plan, but bigger than that, he may need a miracle. And let us take a look at the real deal getting set to depart his dressing room. It will be a very enthusiastic welcome. They see it up on the big screen. So there, the reaction from the 40,000 plus. Here he comes. All business as he made his way into the ring. Let's check the numbers as we go to the tail of the tape. Holyfield turns 36 in 4 weeks, a decade older than Bean. Holyfield 6'2 and a half, Bean 5'11. Bean's heaviest at 231. Holyfield 14 pounds less at Thursday's weigh-in. Bean said he was 218 3 weeks ago, but purposely gained weight to add power. And the 5-inch reach advantage for Holyfield. The key unified rules for this world title fight: no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental headbutt occurs before the end of the 4th round, the fight is ruled a no contest. If it happens after the end of round 4, they go to the scorecard. So here at the Georgia Dome, we are getting ready for the IBF WBA Heavyweight Championship before a sellout crowd of better than 40,000. Evander Holyfield versus Vaughn. Let's get the official introductions from our ring announcer, the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we present our featured bout of the evening, at this time I'd like to ask you to rise for the singing of our national anthem. To lead us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the microphone Maurice Starr's latest discovery. Please welcome Atlanta's own loud recording artists, introducing 5 young men.
Say, can you see by so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, hey, you, o'er the ramparts we fought, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the great.
Thank you very much to 5 young men.
Great job, guys. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Georgia, for the featured bout of the evening. Brought to you by Don King Productions in association with Butch Lewis Productions and the undefeated, undisputed king of beers, Budweiser. This Bud's for you. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the International Boxing Federation, President Robert Lee Sr., Supervisor Walter Stone, and the World Boxing Association, President Gilberto Mendoza, Supervisor Dr. Calvin Inelsing, along with the Georgia State Boxing Commission. The chairman is Sonia Johnson, commissioners Loring Baker, Rick Camp, Moses Ector. The executive director is Thomas Mishu, the chief of officials Jerry Michael. Physicians at ringside for this bout, Dr. David Blake, Dr. Milliard Collier. Timekeeper at the bell is Phil Latigo. Keeping count of the knockdowns, David Lind. Presenting to you now at this time our judges scoring this bout from ringside, Leroy Brown, Al DeVito, and Dwayne Ford. All right, fans, here we go. The time has come for the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the unified IBF WBA Heavyweight Championship of the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Atlanta, it's showtime. Presenting to you at this time, your third man in the ring, our referee in charge, working in this his 35th World Championship bout, Brian Gary. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing black trunks with red trim, fighting out of Chicago, Illinois. He weighed in 231 pounds. His record stands at 31 wins, only one loss, 25 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is making his second attempt at the heavyweight championship of the world. Please welcome the IBF #1 ranked heavyweight contender, introducing Vaughn Shake and Bake Bean. And his opponent across the ring really needing no introduction to his hometown of Atlanta, nor the world over. On my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks with purple and red trim, proudly representing Atlanta, Georgia. He weighed in at 217 pounds with a record of 35 wins, 3 losses. He has 25 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the former undisputed cruiserweight world champion, the former undisputed heavyweight world champion, only the second man in history to have captured the heavyweight crown 3 times. Ladies and gentlemen, here is boxing's warrior spirit, the IBF and WBA heavyweight champion of the world, introducing the one and only Evander, the real deal, Holyfield. All right, gentlemen, come on out.
All right, gentlemen, listen up. I'll be the 3rd man in the ring this evening in charge of this world title bout at all times. When I give you the command to break, you break cleanly. If you score a knockdown, go to the neutral corner. Do not come out till I signal. Avoid the use of your head as a weapon. No rabbit punches or low blows. I want you to protect yourself at all times, shake hands, and come out fighting at the bell.
Despite contrary belief, Holyfield says he has not been distracted by his countless appearances and interviews promoting this event here in his hometown. He says he's in great shape, sleeps 10 hours a day. The only day he missed in 9 weeks of training was last Friday, the day his son, Elijah Jebediah, was born. This afternoon, he watched his 2 other sons play youth league football. Pretty good indication of how relaxed and confident he is. Word has it, Vaughn Bean's own sparring partners were having their way with him this past week. Look for hard shots to his body by Holyfield. Bean doesn't have much of a punch. Okay hand speed, lateral movement. Has a tendency to drop his guard after throwing. That's an engraved invitation for an excellent counterpuncher like Evander Holyfield. Brian Gary, veteran from Tampa, working his first heavyweight title fight, brings him in. Here we go.
Well, Evander's going to come out and take his time. He's not going to be overexcited by the crowd, want to impress too much. He's going to do what he has to do. He's going to find his range, gauge the speed and power, or lack thereof, of Bean, and then get to work.
Well, as he says, he's a thinking fighter now. There's a nice combination. Open the evening like saying, here we are for real. This is the heavyweight championship.
Bean will throw 1 or 2, and Holyfield will throw 4 or 5 back.
Bean got a little right in there, snuck one in to the jaw of Holyfield. But as you fight fans know, oftentimes Holyfield loves the wake-up call. He'll thrive after getting hit.
Don't post me, Evander. Don't guide him. Watch your head.
Here's a beautiful right hand by Evander Holyfield.
Evander means business.
Yeah, you could tell in the face of that exchange, and he means business, and that was down to that extra 17 pounds he's carrying. Ouch!
Holyfield, like he said, going to the body.
Very focused and very purposeful. Bean cannot win this fight backing up. I mean, this is not another Michael Moore.
Yeah, Moore made Bean think he belonged there, which incensed Teddy Atlas, who quit Moore after the fight. Hard to believe Holyfield would let that happen.
And in keeping with Bobby's predictions, he punches 1, 2, and out. Bean, Bobby's prediction was if he doesn't punch more than 1, 2, and out, he's in big trouble in Bobby.
Well, then he doesn't have to worry about the out because he'll be on the wrong end of it.
Yeah.
Not on the back
He's
of the
doing
neck,
what you said he shouldn't do. 1, 2, and over.
Holyfield always seems to find the right formula, knows what tools to bring to each fight. As Bean tries to dig to the body.
Don't hold him, Evander. Don't hold him, Evander. Wait, step out there, Evander. Come on. Don't hold him behind him. Come on, let's go, Evander. Don't hold him.
Minute to go in round 1, scheduled for 12 for the IBF WBA Heavyweight Championship.
Get him up, Vaughn. Get it up, Vaughn. Get it up.
Low blows by Vaughn Bean, being cautioned by Brian Gary.
Right now, Vaughn Bean is in a survival mode. He's just looking to block shots, maybe get 1 or 2 in, but he is looking strictly at this as defense. Just defend.
But that's what he did against Moore. He stunk out the joint. If he does it against this guy, he won't have a chance to sneak out the joint. He will be on his back.
Get it up, Evander. Get it up.
Cut by Holyfield.
It's a nice double left hook under and over with the lead right hand. Bean covers up pretty well, but he cannot be effective going backwards and holding his head.
Oh, good shots to the body, Bobby. Those shots to the body are...
Oh, a right uppercut by Evander Holyfield that scored to the chin of Bean.
It was a nice left hook and a right uppercut. He threw a beautiful, terrific counter combination.
Mike Tyson called Holyfield the best counter puncher he'd ever seen as round one ends.
Yeah, Tim got it. Check it out, boss. That jab. Everything off the jab. You're working beautiful. Just keep showing in that jab door. Double up with it. Go ahead, Don.
He's bending over. You can hit him with uppercuts. Trap him, make him, feint him, make him put his head there and then shove it in there.
But you got to come off the jab first. Everything off the jab first.
Water.
Spit bucket right in front of you, baby.
Set it up, baby. Set it up.
All right, let's take a look at the uppercut. Just what Don told him to throw because he's bending over. His other, right on the button. His other managers don't forget to jab. Well, I think he's doing everything. He's jabbing him. He's uppercutting him. He's doing everything.
Bean leaves himself open after throwing. And Holyfield comes across with beautiful right counter punches. Bean said his best punch is his right cross in round one. He didn't even throw it by my count.
Well, he threw what was an attempt like that, an overhand right, but it's not powerful, it's not straight, it's not solid.
Holyfield continues to dig into the body, as he said with his game plan.
Well, that will slow Bean down because he's so heavy.
Bean off balance, stumbles into the ropes, no knockdown.
Well, as they come close, Bean's going to look to hold. He doesn't want to trade with Evander on inside, and he can't trade with him outside. So I think you should get inside Evander, work the body, and come up and take a shot.
Beautiful straight left there by Holyfield. Missed with the right. Bean bleeding a bit from the nose.
See, he's not pressing Evander, he's not pushing him, he's not making Evander do anything that Evander doesn't want to do. You can't beat Evander that way. You got to force a pace, you have to do something, take him out of his game, because he is a smart fighter, very well conditioned, and very well mentally conditioned.
He's even jabbing to the body. He's jabbing to the body as well as the head, and he's coming in with hard hooks to the body, hard uppercuts to the body.
Bean's game, he's coming forward, but he could find trouble soon.
Right now it appears that Bean has one of those tactics to wait off, swing and hold. Swing, maybe hit Evander and then clinch. And that works for some people, but it's not going to work here tonight.
Bean again trying to work on the inside, but Holyfield withstands that one. No combination of the body by Holyfield. Boy, that has to take the starch out of you. Bean futilely comes back.
I don't know if you can hear that on television, but boy, they're thumping like a bass drum. All you can hear is thump, thump every time Holyfield punches to the body.
Ferocious driving punches to the body by Evander Holyfield. That's what Don Turner wants.
Something that's key. Vaughn Bean doesn't even with a wild swing hit hard enough to get Evander's respect. Evander just walks right through him. So he hits Evander with the hardest thing he has, and Evander just smiles and says, no big deal.
That's all you got? The look from the eyes of Holyfield.
I got you. Step out.
Well, we knew coming in, Bean is a light puncher. And Holyfield's taken a lot harder shots than those in his career. It'll take an awful lot to get him down. Bean's just winding up, but he's going to leave himself wide open.
That's the first time he's taken more than 2 shots. He took 7 shots in a row. That's the first time Bean did that.
And now Holyfield is mad.
Bean at least took a shot himself.
A left hand by Bean.
Nice left hand.
And Evander Holyfield stands right in with a left uppercut to the body.
I got you, Joe. I got you.
And one of those punches just took a little bit out of Holyfield for a second.
What are you talking about? Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Hey, you.
Come on, man. You gotta fire with speed when he gets there. Rip it up the middle when you and put him up and down. You're hurting.
Vaughn, you catch me.
Don't load up.
Vaughn, I want to see you with this guy. Listen to me.
Let's take a look at Bean as he's beginning to take real punishment from... watch the body shots coming in here. As soon as he finishes on top, Holyfield goes right down to the body because his whole modus operandi is to kill the body. Bobby.
you know, being remarkably, he was very ineffective in the first round. Throws a nice level here, gets Evander's attention. I think Evander misjudged that shot. Hit him clean in the nose, forehead area. It was a decent left hook, and he followed up with 4 or 5 shots, something Bean has been not doing.
Holyfield clearly establishing the pace of this fight, taking control from the start, although he got a little bit stunned late in round 2. Here we go to round 3.
Well, at least Bean fought, and he fought in the style Bobby said he had to. Combination of punches. That's the only way I see him beating Holyfield, or even winning a round, where he can punch 5, 6 punches while Holyfield is not punching. That's a good defense. But just to back away from Holyfield is to ask for a slow death.
Style and leverage were keys for Holyfield against Tyson. He showed he was the tougher of the two against Michael Moore in their rematch.
Holyfield's getting into that little rhythm. You see the little bounce? He's getting himself into his little rhythm. It's like a Terry Norris type of rhythm. When he gets that rhythm going, he's coming forward. His timing's better. His punches are delivered sharper, crisper, on time.
Now he looks to be stalking Bean. Bean just loading up with that right hand. The crowd beginning to chant Holyfield. There's a sneaky right uppercut by Bean. That got it to the chin of Holyfield.
Get that head off of him. Get that head off of him.
The warning of headbutting to Vaughn Bean.
Don't be butting now. Come on.
You heard Brian Garrett. Stop butting him.
Screaming you hear from the corners, Butch Lewis is giving a whole load of advice. Look at this.
Combination by Vaughn Bean. Back comes Holyfield to the body. Vaughn Bean continues to show that he is game.
Vaughn Bean's doing something smart to an inside. See, he's landing 1 or 2. Holyfield's blocking it, and then Bean is holding. See? And there's no way for Evander then to get off the proper counter. It's going to be very frustrating. It's going to cause mistakes. See, on the inside, Evander's not being allowed to even work. And that's going to be important because from the outside, Bean's hands are up, and he's kind of quick and jumps in.
There's a grazing right hand, just missed by Evander Holyfield. A straight right by Holyfield on the inside. Again, Bean stands right in there.
Now Evander's closing the gap. He's fighting more like a Tyson style. Hands up, staying tight, bending his legs and ripping on the inside tight.
And they're hard, short shots, the kind that really take your heart out. The combinations he threw then were very hard.
And he truly is the thinking man's fighter. As this fight unfolds, he's thinking what he needs to do, how to close down Vaughn Bean.
Now Bean's shots, Bobby and Freddie, seem to be getting wider. He looks to be tiring here in round 3. And of course to the advantage of Holyfield with a vicious straight left to the face. A combination of the head by Holyfield.
See, it's not 1 shot at a time. It's 3, it's 4.
Look at that, hands by Holyfield. And now a right hand, and Brian Gary steps in.
Let's go.
What was that about? Well, he said the break and started to break him, and Holyfield still had a free hand. He has the right to throw that hand.
And that draws the ire from this compassionate crowd. A right off the top of the head by Vaughn Bean. Every once in a while, he scores.
But it's not a significant shot. It's not a debilitating shot.
Don't wait for him to throw it. Catch him before he throw it. He got to wind up. He's throwing it from here.
Okay. You letting him lay on you, too.
All right, let's see some of the infighting. You got a little tiny bit on the edge of dirty here. Well, they're not dirty. They're just getting tough with each other inside. They're bumping heads a little bit, not too bad. But it's getting hard in the inside, and the guys punishing and taking the punishment is Bean. Bean is getting killed inside. And you see all the wrestling. Here's the referee trying to establish some order and break them clean, and of course, a little dirtiness, not much.
I've been pretty tough on Vaughn Bean heading into this fight, but I'll give him credit. He's showing heart. He's hanging in there against the world champ.
He's doing the best he can with what he has, Steve. He's frustrating Evander a little bit, and Don Turner just gave him perfect advice. He said he's got to load up, he's got to throw it over the top, just fire one down the middle, get to him first.
He said he's throwing that wide right, so take advantage of that. The crowd of 41,000 was heard for the first time earlier, urging Holyfield to move forward. Let's see what happens here.
As of right now, he's doing better than Buster Douglas did against him. I mean, at least he's holding his own. He's not running away and getting killed. He's fighting.
There's the online scoring. Holyfield in a shutout after 3.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. I don't think there's relevance to the giving him a round.
You know, Evander said you're only as good as your opponent. I think you're only as good as the reputation your opponent has when you beat him and take it from him. And Vaughn doesn't have much of a reputation. Should he lose tonight, which I believe he will, his reputation stock may even go up just by fighting as much as he has, and he hasn't really fought that much.
And hard shots to the midsection by Evander Holyfield, who every once in a while does fight to the level of his opponent. Questions of overconfidence coming in, looking ahead perhaps to Lennox Lewis. The 10-month layoff. But most are feeling that given the competition level here of Vaughn Bean, those were not valid issues.
Bean has shown that his chin is pretty good. He hasn't really been hit with the monster clean shot yet. He covers well, keeps his hands up. On the inside, he's kind of annoying. He's bullying in, trying to use his weight to shove Evander and throw the shots over the top. They're not real solid punches, but they're doing something.
Well, perhaps adding those 15-plus pounds was a good strategy for Vaughn Bean. More weight for Holyfield to push around.
Keep it up.
A low blow there was maybe right on.
That was right on the belt, Steve.
Right on the belt.
On the capital B of Bean.
There was a nice counter right hand.
By Evander Holyfield, an effective combination in the head.
Just like we showed in the tape, he rocked and rolled. Bean to a jab, he rocked on it, fired a right hand.
Very good punches. Good shots to the body and over to the head by Holyfield.
And now the crowd sensing the urgency off those rocking shots by Evander Holyfield. We're all ready to stand, but then all of a sudden it stops.
You can see in Bean's eyes that he's closing in on desperation.
Yeah, but Bobby, give him credit. Give him credit.
I give him credit. I've been in with that man. I know how he punches.
Give him credit. Give Bean credit. There's nothing to laugh at. He stayed here at respectable distances, making a fight. Not much, but he's fighting back.
Oh, a miss there by Evander Holyfield. Beautiful duck under move by Bean defensively to avoid that missile. Final seconds of round 4. It looks like Vaughn Bean has made it through another round in this his second world championship fight.
Put your head on him now.
He don't like it here. He don't like it there. How you doing? Come on, Pete. Come on, Pete. How you doing? All right. Put your head back. Pick up that page a little bit. Pick up that page. Come on. Baby, you can do this. He don't like it here. When you hit him with that body shot, he lifts his leg up. You understand it? You hit him right here. He lifts his leg up. He's fresh on that shot. I don't care. He do too. Fuck you, man.
Holyfield wants to apply the pressure, keep Vaughn Bean going backward, just like he did with Mike Tyson. Keep punches in his face, basically ambush him with his back to the ropes. That's what he likes to do. Vaughn Bean would have nowhere to go. He goes to step back. There are the ropes. Evander cleans up on him. There's no way to escape with his back to the ropes like that. To his credit, Bean punches back, but Evander again works him to the ropes where Bean can't run, hide, sneak out. He has to hold.
The two trading big blows halfway through the last round, with the champion displaying more power and more accuracy as we head into round 5. How many of you thought that this fight would go this long?
Not me. I had just 4 rounds on my scorecard that I was going to keep scoring. I didn't think it was going to go past that, so I'm drawing some more down here. 5, 6, and 7.
So once again, Vaughn Bean's stock goes up. No matter what happens from this point on.
I thought 3 with a maximum of 6. I'll be real surprised at this point if he still goes the distance.
He's lasted longer than Mike Tyson did in their second fight, Holyfield-Tyson. A left hook by Vaughn Bean that connected to the face of Holyfield.
Right on the face.
But he's loading up with that right and throwing wide, Bean, and that could really get him in trouble. But he continues to fire away, but Holyfield comes back. Holyfield's punches are harder.
Holyfield clearly the better puncher, is the sharper puncher. His hand speed is not a huge difference there. But Vaughn Bean is not throwing 231 pounds in his punches. He's swinging with a lot of arm.
And Vaughn Bean busier than I thought he'd be as well. He's throwing a lot of punches. Holyfield taking a big deep breath, a step back, looking to regroup.
Almost quit fighting here for a while. I mean, all of fighting has been by Bean in the last 45 seconds and minute. Holyfield's like taking a breath.
Left uppercut by Bean that sent Holyfield back a little bit.
Evander taking a little rest, it looks like, watching his man, letting Bean throw some punches, maybe looking for an opening where Bean loads up that he can time him and clean him up. Evander's not jabbing. Simple jab was so effective for him for the first 3-4 rounds. That's all he needs to do. Work off that jab. Stuff the jab. Just stuff it.
He's looking like the former Evander Holyfield here in this round, not the one we've seen of late, where he has been more patient and intelligent and boxed more, using the jab, smacking left hand there by Vaughn Bean that got through. This is Bean's best round.
To a certain degree, I think Bean's answered some of the critics, but you know, this is the only round where he's actually offered up enough to try and come close to winning a round. And if this is all he has, I don't know if the critique will be finished.
That's a good round. Good round for Bean. That's the first one he's won. He's done all the fighting, and Evander took time off whether he's tired or bored. I don't know, but he didn't fight.
Well, let's turn back the clock to November 23rd, 1991, right here in Atlanta. Some very anxious moments for Evander Holyfield. Bert Cooper, a late replacement for Mike Tyson, out with injured ribs, and the champion in trouble in round 3, and he nearly took the title away. Only the ropes were able to keep Holyfield up. Some disputed that Mills Lane wrongfully gave Holyfield a standing 8 count, which wasn't in the rules, but he actually called it an official knockdown. Therefore, an 8 count was correct. Holyfield came back to score a 7th round TKO and thus avert disaster, as he really poured it on against Bert Cooper on that night in 1991 here in the city of Atlanta. And right now, Vaughn Bean is trying to answer the call against Evander Holyfield in Atlanta about 8 years later. Here we go into round 6. There's a lot of moisture in the corner of Vaughn Bean as water just drips from Bean's black trunks.
And a lot of ice in it. They just overloaded him.
That's just too much water.
Yeah, it's a little amateurism. They shouldn't do that. It's not going to help them at all. Well, let's see if Holyfield has come back into the building and decided to fight the next round.
He took round 5 off.
And that should have given a big boost to Bean. I mean, Bean should come out here and say, oh yeah, well, maybe this guy's getting tired.
Some of the judges may have given that last round to the challenger.
I did. I gave it to him, and
I think Vaughn Bean did enough to win that round too, Freddie. Holyfield took the first 2 minutes off.
And Holyfield bouncing around, going back to his scientific style, being patient here. Let's see if he shoots that jab out a little bit to set up the right hand. Keep an eye on Vaughn Bean's left after throwing if he drops the guard. Bean is landing with that overhand right to the head of Holyfield.
And Holyfield is missing in return.
Nice uppercut and overhand by Vaughn Bean.
And this crowd is getting anxious by the moment. All of a sudden, some nervous faces here at the Georgia Dome. Remember, this is Holyfield's homecoming, a celebration that has lasted for quite some time heading into this fight.
Oh, Vaughn.
About a week.
Come on, man. Come on. You all right, man? All right.
Warning from referee Brian Gary, 16-year veteran from Tampa. Low blows by Bean.
Evander's not using a jab, and I don't really understand it. I don't know what he's doing now. He's just walking to Bean with his hands up, blocking shots. Maybe he's forcing somewhat of a firefight. Maybe he's letting Vaughn Bean unload some things, saving some energy. I'm not sure what he's doing.
Well, what he's doing is letting Bean take the round away from him again, letting him take the play. Because Bean is getting brave. He just let Bean off the hook and got him brave.
I never thought I'd be saying this, but suddenly Holyfield is doing what Moore did. He's making Bean believe he belongs here.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Step back.
I don't know if this this is another one of those kind of fights where Holyfield just wears out. And, you know, that's a question we couldn't answer because he looks so good against Tyson.
And the question has to be raised at this point. Could this be the night Holyfield turns into an old fighter? He certainly didn't look old in his last fight, checking more a number of times en route to that victory.
You can only go to the till so many times. You come up with the clean water I talk about all the time. And you can't tell when that day is going to come until it happens to you. And that is an awful feeling taken from someone that knows.
But Vaughn,
but Vaughn is leading this round. He is doing the fighting. And Holyfield just covering up and letting him do it. I mean, he just gave him 2 rounds like a big gift. Oh, nice shot by him.
It's partially blocked though by the glove of Holyfield, that right hand by Bout.
He took a round off. He took that round off.
Yeah, you think I got in the clippers on their home.
Hey, listen. When you're on the inside, you got to run that stuff and step around, boss. You can't stand
Let's
right
take
in
a
front
look
of this guy.
at how
You making it too
Bean is
easy for him,
dominating
man.
the action and taking the action away from Holyfield, who seems content to take these hammering shots, missing wild shots like that, and back comes Bean. Bean is getting braver by the moment. Look at that uppercut right between his guard, and then another hook, and then another right hand. Bobby, take a second look.
You know, it's another look at it, and Vaughn Bean is taking the play away from Evander right now. You see a little less speed on Evander's shots, a little less power, and less of them. Bean throwing more of them and getting a little braver with each combination. Another clean right hand. Holyfield misses again. Come inside. He's, you know, it's almost as if he wants to trade with him, whereas in the first 4 rounds, he didn't want to go anywhere near Evander.
Vaughn Bean not afraid to exchange with Evander Holyfield, and you heard once again the words of Don Turner into the ear of Evander Holyfield, or what's left of his ear. You took that round off, and that's 2 rounds now he's taken off.
He took 2 rounds off, is right. Well, let's see. I can't believe that that is because he's tired. He must. Well, we've got it 4-2. I got it 56-58. Holyfield ahead, 4 rounds to 2.
That's the story online. 4-2 Holyfield halfway through. What do you say, Bob?
It's pretty obvious that that's how it's gone. It's just that simple. First 4, not even close. The last 2, Evander just didn't do anything. He just let Vaughn win by default.
The fans gave Vaughn Bean rounds 5 and 6.
Either Evander is exhausted or he just completely lost everything he had. I don't understand. First 4 rounds, he came out very focused, very purposeful, very accurate, good shots. Didn't overthrow, didn't unload too much.
Well, perhaps he is too overconfident coming to this fight. Other distractions maybe taking their toll. Those low caution again to Vaughn Bean. From the 3rd man of the ring, Brian Gary.
He is Holyfield is not able to do what he wants to do. He's getting frustrated. Now, we know he's got a huge heart, and he's got a champion's heart. But I can hardly believe what I'm seeing. He's just like abandoned what he did the first 4 rounds. He's hoping to land that one killer shot.
Don't hold him, Evander.
Well,
Don't hold his head down. Don't guide him.
I wonder if he'll burn himself out with all these mandatories in his quest to unify the championship.
You know, right now on a day like this, looking like this, first 4 rounds, he looked terrific. But looking like this, he can't beat Lennox Lewis fighting like this.
Well, fights, as you know, Bobby, go 12 rounds. So let's see what happens all the way through.
That's assuming Lennox Lewis gets by Zelko Mavrovich next week.
Don't hold him.
You know, styles make fights. It's amazing. You take a fighter like Roberto Duran, who beats Sugar Ray Leonard, who goes the distance with Hagler in a close fight. Both Hagler and Leonard both knock out Tommy Hearns, yet Hearns starches Duran in 2 rounds. So the style set up for certain people to just be frustrating.
You're holding, Vaughn. Go hold him.
A right hand by Vaughn Bean that stung Evander Holyfield here late in round 7. Holyfield trying to come back, but Bean trying to hold on.
It hurt Bean pretty good there. And Bean is holding on as best he can. He's just diving in there, Evander, now and holding on.
Bean was hurt, but he came back all right. He didn't. I don't know if that was a mouthpiece he kicked out.
I don't know what it was. It was a piece of the camera.
You see, you got to give Bean credit. He's not scared. He took a little shellacking and he's right back. He just no respect. He's fighting. You got to like Bean off this fight.
Bobby, the first to admit I was wrong about him in terms of his heart and courage.
Wow. Hard round to judge.
Thank you. Touchdown, guys. Live him up. Touchdown. All right? Touchdown. Touchdown. Rip him up. Stop loading up on him. Let's go. Hit it on. Everything. Now you're watching the grease on. When you didn't get about double it. Bang, bang up top, right back.
All right, let's take a look at how he made a comeback. Evander made a comeback. There was a good right hook to get him in trouble. Left uppercut now here. But that's back of the head, Bobby. That was back of the head. And I don't think...
We have
Bobby,
another look at it. Evander rocks here on a right-hand bang. He rocks back out and he catches him with a nice uppercut. And then another left
Now
uppercut.
watch.
There you could see Bean's eyes were a little shut. And he just diving into Holyfield, trying to hold on. Look, just diving in at all costs to hold on. That's a man that's hurt.
Bean winning the fans over, sitting behind his corner in unison. They were chanting Bean, Bean, round 8. Vaughn Bean going past 7 rounds for only the second time in his career.
Bean said he was confident he was going to knock Holyfield out. He was very sure about it, as if it was almost a foregone conclusion.
Yes.
Something I thought that was absurd, but he is in there, and he is trying, and he is making a fight of it. Evander's allowing it.
I remind you, gentlemen, we're in showtime. That's the Bermuda Triangle of upsets. I mean, we can call off a million upsets we've had. I mean,
are we looking at Carlos Monzon over Nino Benvenuti in Rome? Gene Fulmer over Sugar Ray Robinson in New York. This one would probably stack up higher than that if Bean could prevail.
On the inside, I told that Bean had to close the gap, which he's doing. Evander's letting him. He had to fight effectively on the inside. Evander's letting him. He had to get underneath the jab, go to the body. He's doing that too. Evander's letting him get away with an awful lot.
and all of a sudden, Evander is flat-footed. All of a sudden, he's not bouncing around having a good time.
And for as big as this crowd is here in Holyfield's backyard, not making much of a difference. Not a factor here.
And Bean doing everything that Bobby said he had to do. Punching in bunches and sticking close inside and doing his work. Bobby, he heard you because he's working just what you said.
Well, we talked to him before the fight. If he did it with Moore, he could have won. And Evander is certainly not Michael Moore. He's a much more active fighter, but not here. First 4 rounds, Bean wasn't in anything. Now, all of a sudden, it's a close fight.
Well, in case you're counting, this is Evander Holyfield's 665th round of professional boxing. We wonder, is it 1 round too many?
You won't know until this is all over. And this looks like it's shaping up into a close fight.
Unbelievable. As we enter the final minute of round 8.
Look at it. He has no legs. He's being pushed back by Jelly Bean here. He's being pushed back. Look at Evander going back. Now that guy doesn't look like he should be able to push Evander Holyfield back.
Well, you know what he's doing? He's getting his center of gravity a little lower than Evander's. He's bending and he's just driving with his legs. And Evander's letting him.
He's using all of those 231 plus pounds to drive forward on Evander Holyfield.
Evander rocked him a little bit with an uppercut, and Bean took time out. Bean's fighting very smart. He got hurt. He just took time out, and now he's back again.
Yeah, that's working for Evander.
Holyfield beginning to score with more regularity now.
But he's right at the end of the round. He can't pull his round out unless he does something really spectacular. He's lost another round.
Well, I didn't give this round to Bean, but at the last minute, Evander worked more than Bean, except for the last 2 seconds.
Oh, this is short right hook by Evander Holyfield on the counter. As the bell sounds to end round 8.
Hey, hold it. This guy take a hell of a shot. You understand? You got to trick him. You got to feint him and then let go with 3 punches.
That's what we're talking about. Set it up with the jab. All right?
You understand?
Set it up with the jab, then go with it. Take a deep breath, let out slow.
What they's doing? Wide open. And then put him in there. Put up on that. Please, don't you see that? When are you going to stop? When you going to take a pause?
Let's go.
Sit down, big
Right
team.
down, baby.
Come on, baby.
Christ's sake.
Too many people talking in Bean's corner for him to hear anything, but they put the end swell on his eye. I didn't see any swelling there, but that's a good idea to keep it from swelling.
It's Nelson Bryson, John Battay, Joe Frazier also in that corner. Well, Holyfield's flurry at the end of that 8th round may have won it for him as we enter round number 9.
I'm not one of those guys that likes to think that a guy can win 2.5 minutes of a round and one guy can steal it in the last 20 seconds. I don't buy that. I mean, Bean outworked him the whole time.
And now the crowd currently trying to urge Holyfield on.
Look at this. He just keeps pumping. He just keeps pumping. Bean keeps the assault going. That's what's winning this thing, these round by rounds for him.
Holyfield won the first 4 rounds rather easily, then all of a sudden Vaughn Bean with that heart.
Well, he gave him a comeback. Holyfield quit fighting for 2 rounds and got him brave.
Vaughn Bean's getting tired too. Watch his right hand as he brings it over.
Well, he shouldn't be tired about it. He's doing all the fighting here. He's doing all the pushing, and he's pushing Holyfield back and pushing him along the rope. Look what he's doing to him on the rope.
The leaning also taking its toll on Holyfield's body. Oh, that was a headbutt by Evander Holyfield on purpose. He pulled him in on him to smack heads. Did you see that?
Oh, he did.
I did not. I did not catch that.
That was a dirty tactic by Holyfield.
That's desperation. Holyfield must be feeling desperate. He's in a corner. He looks like he's breathing very heavily. He looks like he's having that little tired breathing that you see in a fighter.
The referee, Brian Gary, was not able to pick up on that. They did in the corner of Vaughn Bean, and from this angle, it sure looked like Holyfield took him bodily and pulled him to his head to try to headbutt him.
Well, he just warned Bean about the head, so that must be an interesting reversal of fortunes.
Well, that's a lucky break for Holyfield. Holyfield tied. That was an off balance.
Yeah, it was more of a forearm.
Bean was not staggered there.
No, and Bean is doing the punching.
Get him up, Bean. Keep him up.
Holyfield now looks very tired, exhausted.
Bean does too, but Bean's just holding on. Bean wants nothing to do with my inside, which is kind of smart.
You'll recall headbutting was Mike Tyson's complaint, largely against Evander Holyfield. And now Vaughn Bean has something to talk about. Uppercuts landing by Evander Holyfield on the inside. And
Bean hasn't even thrown a punch in the last 25 seconds. There's one. But these are little tiny pit pats. At least Evander's taking something up on inside this one.
There's a heavy right hook, but a counter punch, hard punches to the face by Evander Holyfield, countering.
Yeah, those are 2 great punches by Holyfield. Great punches.
And again, a late flurry
That was
by Holyfield.
And he fought the whole round. So I gave that round to Holyfield.
Well, if not, he may have stolen it.
Listen to this. We can take this. This bull hates it here. If you want it, cut it loose. Cut it loose, V-Dub, please. Cut it loose. It's there for us. It's there for us to take it. It's there for us to take it.
We work too hard.
It's there for us to take it.
Get your feet out in front of you. Get your feet out in front of you.
It's there for us to take it. You know that?
He's open for the rip up the middle. Double up right hand.
Get some deep breaths. Get some deep breaths, baby. Right uppercut.
All right, let's take a look at that incident where he seems to push him off and then butts him. See there?
No, you know what?
That was not it.
That really
That was
not.
not
You look
it.
at that again. He was just trying to get him off. He moved his head to the side. Just get him off.
Well, I beg to differ.
Watch the ice, Steve.
The ice comes flying our way. Once again, a lot of moisture in the Bean corner. They told Vaughn Bean. They screamed it in his face. He's open. Holyfield's open for a rip up the middle. Go up the middle.
Evander is the jab. See the jab? Look at this. This is all he had to do.
Now he looks like, now he's bouncing. Now he looks like Holyfield off the front.
Online scoring, Holyfield up 5-4. Here comes Vaughn Bean.
I have Holyfield up 6-3.
I have it 5-4.
Boy, an annoying look. I'd be annoyed too if I was Evander Holyfield. He's annoyed at this turn of events. Frustrated. There's the holding by Vaughn Bean.
see here now, we haven't talked about it this last 15, 20 seconds. All Bean did was retreat. Now he throws a couple of punches.
They were blocked by Holyfield. Vaughn Bean looking to become a real-life Rocky Balboa here tonight in Atlanta in the backyard of Evander Holyfield. Can he pull off the colossal upset here?
Well, to me, it was I'd tell you if you could just make it to 12 on a decision, but here it looks like the decision could be in question if he pulls it out. Hey, he's number one. From now on, I'm going to take my hat off to him. He is number one.
Well, it was incredulous how he became number one, but now he's showing.
Evander Holyfield, I believe Evander Holyfield underestimated my durability and didn't train for me, which is why I got tired, and I believe he did the same thing here tonight. He didn't do it to Mike Tyson twice. He was ready. He was ready to go to distance.
He has obviously taken Bean too lightly, and all the distractions during the weight taking their toll. Bean's tying him up.
He hurt Bean.
And Bean goes down. The uppercut finished him off. He goes down. He's writhing around in agony.
He hurt Bean on the way in, and he fell into the rope.
Can he make it up in time? Yes. He makes it up at 7.
Come to me. Come to me.
But can he survive the final 30 seconds? It's the first time he's ever been knocked down in his career. Now Holyfield.
Uppercut is what Holyfield needs to throw. It's what got him in trouble. He just steps in with the uppercut. Evander's tired now. He's not thinking. He's looking for the big right hand. There's the uppercut.
But he's got the second one here, the final 10 seconds. The crowd going wild.
Strictly adrenaline, Steve.
He's going to make it to the bell.
There's the bell. And Vaughn Bean will make it to the championship round.
Gotta get close, son, really. Leave me alone. Come on, work. I don't give a shit. Come on. Take your time. Talk, Nelson. Talk. Talk, Nelson. Vaughn, listen to me. Vaughn, you hurting this guy. This guy, when you chop him in, you steady hurting. This whole right side is numb. Work it.
All right, let's take a look at how he got him in trouble. I think he was going through the ropes when he got hit, right there. Now watch as he comes out, he gets an uppercut. That was like borderline. He's coming out from the ropes and gets hit. Of course, it's protect yourself.
He got stunned with the left hand. You'll see. Watch him get stunned with that little right uppercut there. He got stunned a little bit. He started to lean in, another uppercut. Stunned him a little bit. That hook, staying on top of it. But that last right uppercut's clearly the one who did it.
But he was all tied up in the ropes down there, Bobby. I mean, he wasn't standing up for that. So he's, hey, protect yourself at all times is legal. So
he unleashed it just as the referee was trying to get in there. Now the fans are into it. Round number 11.
And that took this fight out of the realm of any doubt. In case there's any funny shenanigans with the judges, I don't think they can make too much funniness out of that. That was an 8-10 round.
Well, none of the judges are from Atlanta.
I'm not sure it's going to matter. I wouldn't want to try and judge this fight with Bean being on the floor, judge it the other way, give it to Bean, and then try and get out of this arena.
Looking there. Oh, a straight right hand by Evander Holyfield to the face of Vaughn Bean.
See, Evander Holyfield on a good day has 5 or 6 more shots in there before Bean even comes close to recovery.
A huge overhand right by Bean, and Holyfield showing what a great chin he's got. Well, they are really trading some heavy shots. Slapping left up there by Vaughn Bean. Holyfield comes roaring back, pressing the attack. Now Bean regroups.
Being in as much trouble as Bean was, it's admirable that he's conducting this round as well as he is. I mean, Holyfield should be chasing him all around this ring. You got to give Bean credit. Let's say it again. Give him credit. I was laughing at him while I ain't laughing now.
Me too.
Watch your head, Evander. Watch your head.
Being in a loss here tonight, stock would still go up 10 to 4.
No question about it. I started saying that in the 5th round.
This is not a pretty fight. This is one of those very physical fights. A lot of grappling involved. They're very tiring. Condition and attrition, big factors.
And a right cross there by Vaughn Bean that lands.
And a hard one. That was a hard.
Right on the jaw.
Right on the jaw. I mean, you know, the kids fight.
No question about that.
Keep him up. Come on, don't hold him, Vaughn.
And take it all back about Vaughn B. This kid has hung in there against the heavyweight champion of the world in the champion's neighborhood. Here comes Holyfield. Right off the top of the head, combination to the head. Right into it. Right uppercut to the chin. 20 seconds to go in round 11.
Tough Vaughn Bean, boy, he should be going. But that clock is winding down. It's inside of 10. He's going to make it again.
Furious attack, though, by Holyfield.
That left-right was clean and on the money. And I'll tell you what, Vaughn Bean showed a pretty good chin there.
What a chin.
Indeed.
Get your legs out. Put him out. Come on.
Open up. Open up.
You know what you gotta do now?
Spit it up. Spit it. Open up. Open up.
You gotta dance on him. Dance with him. Don't get hit with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Don't get hit with nothing.
Hold it. Show us, Smoke. Hold this, please.
Stop trying to load up. Put your ass.
All right, let's take a look at that first bit of trouble he got into. Not that much trouble because he kept coming back. I mean, he got hit a clean shot, another shot behind the ear, and he's still there. I mean, this has got to be frustrating Holyfield.
Holyfield right now is pressing. He senses the kill. There's a nice 1-2, not real clean. A beautiful left uppercut. Keeping his back to the ropes, keeping the pressure on. Evander cleans up on money inside. That right hand and left right there. They were as clean as he's going to get at this stage of the game, being as tired as they are.
And this is the championship round, number 12.
Evander Holyfield has won 4 fights by knockout in the 12th round. So just keep that in mind as we enter the 12th and final round. Vaughn Bean carrying 231 pounds into this fight, his heaviest ever, and he's carrying it pretty well going into the last round. There's some loose tape on the left wrist of Vaughn Bean.
And they should have taken care of that between rounds because it was there when he came back to the corner. I don't know why they didn't take care of it right then. Well, in his corner, he's got 2 of the real heroes of boxing, Joe Frazier and Michael Spinks, both of them possessed with championship heart. They must have infused this kid with some of that spirit because he's got the spunk and he's got the strength to be still in here with Holyfield. There's Joe Frazier. God bless him, toughest man I ever saw in the ring.
So here we go.
Oh, he's back to his bounce. He's back to his rhythm.
Well, he's having a good time now. He's ahead. He can't lose this fight.
Vaughn Bean needs the knockout. Who thought we'd even be saying that at this stage?
I, for one, was not convinced we were going to go past round 5. And here we are. A nice heavyweight championship fight with everything in the balance till just round 10 when we got dropped.
Well, you know what? I don't want to burst anybody's bubble, but I don't think we had a great fight here. We had a competitive fight for a few different reasons, but this particular type of fight is an ugly fight to me from a pure boxing sense.
Whoever thought Holyfield versus Bean would be competitive? There's a right hook by Bean off the top of Holyfield's head. He is just unleashing. He's looking for him. He wants to end it, and that's what he needs to do to win this fight.
Well, he's going to need a knockout. There's no question about that.
And he's got holding back midway through the last round. Vaughn Bean with double left hooks to the head of Evander Holyfield. Continues to score.
To the body and then to the head and then to the head again. You can't fault this guy. He's trying like heck for this last round. He's not trying to play it safe. He's trying to get his knockout.
Once again, we must give unbelievable credit to Vaughn Bean, who has won over a portion of this crowd who continue to chant his name in unison.
If you come to Atlanta and chant Bean, you got to be a little on the crazy side anyway.
Final minute of round 12.
So far, Vaughn Bean has won this round. He's done the work. He's pushed the pace. Evander does not look like the Evander of old, but we've said that before. And I'm sure the next time out of the box, Something different will happen all over again.
From New Jersey, Jamaica, and Las Vegas.
I tell you who should be interested in this is Tyson. Tyson should be looking at this and saying, oh, this guy's now ready for the pickings.
Nice left hook to the body. Seemed to buckle Vaughn being a little bit, but, you know, Evander doesn't have much left on the shots either. This is the end of the night, and he is tired.
Tyson must feel he wishes he got relicensed today and flew to Atlanta to fight Holyfield.
Let me capsule this. Holyfield did not impress. Bean did impress.
I don't know that Bean impressed as much as Holyfield was unimpressive.
It doesn't make a difference, Bobby. He impressed because he lasted, and it's a decision.
Good job.
That's it.
Good job, fellas.
Holyfield and Bean embrace. Did you ever believe you'd see 12 rounds between these two fighters?
I would have bet an awful lot against it. I'm glad I didn't bet.
And an exciting 12 rounds for the most part.
I've got Holyfield comfortably ahead. I mean, it would be a shot. You'd have to be in Las Vegas for this to be turned around. But in Atlanta, Georgia, as Bobby pointed out, if Bean won this fight, we'd all have to get under this ring and stay here till tomorrow.
At the same time, if he won the fight, we'd say he won the fight. I don't believe he won the fight.
I don't believe he won it.
He showed 200 or 300% more than I thought he had.
I am 117 to 111. That's a pretty big margin, but that was an 10 round there.
Yeah, 116, 111.
It's now in the hands of Al DeVito from
So Bobby, we're pretty close.
We usually are not too far.
Wayne, New Jersey, Leroy Brown from Kingston, Jamaica, and Dwayne Ford from Las Vegas, Nevada. As they total up the cards, momentarily, our Jimmy Lennon Jr. ring announcer will have the results. Evander Holyfield, who said he wanted to put on a good show and end things quickly, unable to live up to his word. Now he just wants to get a decision. Showing a lot of respect there. He showed too much respect for Bean during the fight, and showing a lot of respect here afterwards as well. Showing sportsmanship.
Well, I'll say that 40,000 people came in here and got their money's worth. They got to see a good championship fight of 12 strong rounds with a surprise,
and a bit of a scare.
And a bit of a scare.
Can you imagine Holyfield losing in his hometown after a week of celebration to a guy like this? Vaughn Bean?
Yeah, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the only knockdown of the fight. We'll look at it twice. There's some. Now watch what happens when he gets in the ropes. He got in trouble with that right hand. That was the first thing. There's an uppercut which didn't do him any good.
Now watch
another hook. Now watch as he goes. We can see this in the second.
Vaughn's just kind of diving into him. Holyfield steps out of the way.
See, now watch. He's tied up and gets hit. See that?
But you know, here's the thing. He was not draped over the ropes. He didn't hit him from behind. It was his sloppiness. It's an overhead look of the same scenario. On the way in, Evander starts getting him with the right uppercut. There's the first one. Gets his attention. See Vaughn trying to just charge and hold. Again, Evander will work him up. There's a hook, and there's another uppercut that's coming up in here soon. There's another hook, and another uppercut somewhere. Okay, this is the uppercut that winds up doing it. Referee wasn't there in time. He wasn't draped through the ropes. He wasn't hanging through the ropes. I think that's a non-issue. Because he just was sloppy.
It is.
We're standing by for the decision. What's going through the mind of Henry Akinwande right now, who could be the next opponent? All right, let's get the results from Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Dwayne Ford scores about 116 to 111. Judges at ringside, Leroy Brown and Al DeVito both scored about 117 to 110. All three in favor of the winner. And still heavyweight champion of the world, the pride of Atlanta, Evander, the real deal, Holyfield.
Well, it's not exactly what he had in mind.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. We have both fighters right here. First, let's start with you, Evander Holyfield. Congratulations. However, this was certainly not the easy fight that many people had predicted. Were you overconfident tonight?
No, I wasn't overconfident. I was fighting a guy that was inspired. You know, I'm the guy that everybody fight. And, you know, the man fought a good fight. I hit him with good shots. He was able to take that combination. I went through everything that I knew to do to win.
But you didn't underestimate him.
But no, I don't underestimate nobody, and I thank the Lord, Jesus Christ, for giving me the strength to stick to a game plan.
Evander, coming into this fight, absolutely nobody thought that Vaughn Bean should even be fighting you. Was this one of your off nights, or is this a signal that maybe at 35 years of age, is this maybe the night that you got old?
Well, not at all. Yeah, you have to give the man credit.
Right.
This man came to fight. That's what I love about boxing, because regardless of what everybody else's opinion about a person, it's their job to come in and fight, and he proved that tonight. He went 12 rounds. A lot of good fighters hadn't been able to go 12, and he proven that he had what it takes to go 12.
Did he ever at any point hurt you tonight?
Well, he hit me with good shots. I had to respect him. My coach asked me why I wasn't jabbing, but he was doing different things and stuff. I wasn't able to. He got a good rhythm that he's able to slip more jab. He's more of a better boxer than what a lot of people give him credit for, because they haven't seen a lot of him.
Yeah, let's take a look at this monitor if we can get it in here. Bring the monitor over in here. Looks as though a couple of times, in this instance right here, Vaughn Bean gets some good shots on you. Tell us about it.
Well, you know, of course, he get good shots. One thing is he's competitive. One thing I like about people, when people don't take nothing for granted, this is his day to shine, and just because I was a heavyweight champion, I became the heavyweight champion because I felt that I could win. He felt that he could win. It was a competitive fight. Can't take nothing from the man.
Now in the 10th round, he went down. You pushed him basically through the ropes, and then you hit him as he was going down through the ropes. Tell us what happened there.
Well, actually, you know, I don't think the whole thing is that he was off balance, and I got to take advantage of every opportunity that I get because the man's a good fighter.
Let's take a look at it, Evander. It's right here.
Well, as you see, I punch, and we changing punches, and actually, you know, he putting a lot of pressure on me, and actually I'm stepping around, and actually you think I'm pushing. I ain't pushing. I hit him.
Well, here it comes right here.
Okay.
Right there.
All right. Well, okay. Well, you know, the whole thing is that I turned, and that's it's a part of the boxing game. It's part of the boxing game. You use every advantage that you can get by with. You know,
right.
The referee was there, and referee, like, my whole thing is that, hey.
All right, Evander, let's move on here. Henry Akinwande, will he be next? He couldn't fight you. That's why you've had this 10-month layoff. First of all, did that cause you some rust, this 10-month layoff?
Well, you know, I can't take nothing for anything. You know, I'm a man. I train hard and I work hard. Vaughn Bean came here ready. He didn't use no excuse for nobody. People say he wasn't ready. Hey, I got here because the same thing. People say,
were you rusty?
No, I wasn't rusty. I fought a guy that had a different style, and took me more time to adapt. If I could have blown him out the first round, I would have.
Now Akinwande, of course, your goal is to unify the title. You're going to fight Akinwande next. Is that your plan, the mandatory?
I'm going to do what's necessary to keep both belts and become the undisputed champion.
And then Lennox Lewis. If Lennox Lewis is watching tonight, you probably encouraged him.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. You know, I have what it takes to beat all the fighters. I'll take one step at a time.
Heavyweight in the world.
Evander, let me ask you one other question. It was very important for you to fight here in Atlanta. The people turned out. You gave the 40,000 what they wanted. How important was this evening for you to be here at home?
Well, it was very important. You know, I have a foundation. My foundation is to help people. I was a kid that came from nothing. People gave me opportunities, and I can never forget the opportunity that one had gave me, and I don't think we can ever get enough. But the most important thing, when you have made enough for yourself, then you have more to help people. I was able to take a less money where that other people get an opportunity to see, and hopefully that it will spread. People give people opportunity to be the very best.
Mike Tyson, of course, his hearing was today. It's been continued until October the 3rd. You spoke on his behalf. The attorneys for Mike Tyson used the tape that you had spoken on Charlie Rose with, favoring that Mike Tyson be relicensed. It seems encouraging. Are you pleased with what went on in that courtroom today?
Well, you know, I wasn't paying any attention, but I guess the most important thing that's forgiven. One thing that the man do good, he fight good. And to take what he do best, then and strip him for that, then how do you think he can rehabilitate? I think that, you know, you have to judge a man for what he done in wrong. He did bite me, and I forgave him. Then he should be able to get an opportunity to use that as a stepping stone to better his whole life.
All right, congratulations to you, Evander, on the fight tonight.
Amen.
All right, let's bring in Vaughn Bean. Vaughn, before the fight, very few people gave you a chance to win. Did you feel at any time this evening that you had Evander Holyfield in trouble?
First, I want to say, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. I thank Allah for this opportunity. I thought I won the fight, but here I am.
Did you really?
Again. Yeah, I ain't making no excuses. I thought I won the fight, but it's sad. It's same song.
Well, based on, hang on, Butch. Butch, let us talk to Vaughn Bean. You'll have your chance. You'll have your chance. You didn't fight tonight, Butch. Let's hear from Vaughn. What gives you the basis to say that you feel as though you won this fight? Both two judges had it 117 to 110. Our guys had you basically winning 2 rounds. What did you feel and see that makes you think you won this fight?
I put up a lot of pressure. I hit him with a lot of good shots. I kept the pressure up. You know, I brought the pressure on. Evander wasn't the only one bagging me up. I put pressure. I was bagging him up. I had him on the ropes. You know, I feel though I won. I put together. He hit me when I was down. You know, he caught me with a good shot. But
are you satisfied with your performance?
No, I'm not satisfied. I didn't win. I'm not satisfied with my opponent. With my, with this opportunity. But I just thank Allah for this opportunity. Turn it over to Butch.
What was your, no, hold on a second, Vaughn. What was your version of what happened in the 10th round when you got pushed and then subsequently hit and went down?
Because the ref didn't do his job.
Butch, the question is to Vaughn. Give him a chance.
The ref didn't do his job. The ref didn't.
Here it is right here, Vaughn.
The ref didn't do his job. You know, the ref didn't do his job. I know I was in his own turf. I know I had to bring the. See, I'm hitting it with shots. I'm hitting it with shots. As you can see, I'm hitting it with shots. I was a little off balance and everything. He caught me with a good shot, but then then as I was falling, here it comes. As I was falling, he hit me. Here it go. It wasn't no shot. Now he finna hit me. He hit me right on the side of my temple. He hit me right on the side of my temple. When he hit me on the side of my temple, I lost focus.
Of course, Holyfield says you got to protect yourself at all times.
Yeah, but still, though, he see me down. He could have been gentleman enough to. The ref saw it. Right, the ref could have stepped in. He could have been gentleman enough to.
Here is the referee, Brian Gary. Hey, Butch, the audience, you're doing a disservice to the audience. Calm down.
Don't you
hang on a second. Brian, can you please tell us what happened there? And certainly, let's advise the audience that this was not the difference in this fight.
He's up, Butch.
If you don't stop, we're just going to discontinue this.
Just get out of my face, Butch. Get out of your face. Get out of my face. I'm going to see that you don't.
Well, this is sinking to a level we're not going to go to. Let's go back to Steve Albert.
Them days are over.
All right, let's hope that things calm down up in the ring there with Jim right in the center of things. We might have another fight breaking out there before long between Butch Lewis and referee Brian Gary. We'll just wait till things simmer down. In the meantime, let's check the online scoring results from our main event. And there it is, awfully close for the viewers around the country. Evander Holyfield 7, Vaughn Bean 5, certainly a lot closer than the judges had it here at ringside. One had it 116-111, 117-110, 117-110. Well, the other scores. Let's go back up to Jim Gray as things have come somewhat up in the ring. Jim?
Well, just when you think you've seen it all, it never ends. Seemingly Butch Lewis is intent on making a scene here tonight, even though his fighter clearly lost. Brian Gary joins us once again, the referee tonight. Tell us your version of what happened here in the 10th round when Bean was pushed out and then was hit.
Well, as you'll see here on the tape, I only had one look at it. What it looked like to me, Bean was pushed underneath the ropes as he was coming back in. I stepped in between them to stop it, moved my hand in. Evander was in the process of throwing a left hand, and it caught Bean in the eye right here. You'll see me coming in right here. He clipped him a little bit, but he was already hurt, and he went down. And that's a knockdown right there.
He just watched the videotape.
I gave these guys
clearly this is not the difference in the fight, even if it was a mistake.
It wasn't the difference in the fight. And as you can see, it was in the process. He had already unloaded the punch. I'm stepping in, go in between them. The punch lands, gets Bean in the eye. He goes down, but he recovers from the punch and gets up to continue the fight. He put up a hell of a fight.
All right. Well, that's Brian Gary's version of it. Let's send it back over to Steve Albert.
All right, thank you very much, Jim Gray. You'll recall Butch Lewis kept Vaughn Bean ranked #1 after the loss to Michael Moore by ranting and raving and going wild, and he's doing the same thing here tonight following this fight. Well, a lot of excitement here tonight. The excitement that you're seeing tonight on Showtime Championship Boxing is just a part of what Showtime offers its subscribers. Stay tuned right here as the Showtime free preview continues and sample this great programming. And for Knockout Entertainment all year long, call the number on your screen and subscribe. All right, back to Jim Gray right now in the ring. Jim?
All right, thank you very much, Steve. Well, I always thought Don King was the bombastic one. I guess Butch Lewis has proven that different. You look angelic compared to this, but it was a great night here on Showtime, and it was free on
It
Showtime.
certainly was. It was the preview weekend for Showtime. It was a great fight here tonight at the Georgia Dome, and it proved that Holyfield is the #1 heavyweight in the world.
You see no controversy, do you?
Oh, controversy goes with the flow, but, as long as it don't get out of hand, But I think what happened tonight is I don't want no one to lose sight of the fact that Holyfield came to Georgia. We sold out this arena at 40,000 plus people, and I have to say now, Jim, without any doubt, that they said Holyfield couldn't sell tickets. Well, 40,000 people said that he can, and I think that's the new headline. That's a new theme for the greatest heavyweight in the world, Evander, the real deal Holyfield. I'm totally committed to this guy. He's a class act. He's a guy you can rely upon. He's a guy you don't have to lose no sleep on trying to find out where he's at and what he's doing. And when the phone rings, you don't have to jump in with your heart beating, but palpitations, knowing what's done happened now.
You're insinuating that someone else you deal with, mainly Mike Tyson, doesn't behave in this manner?
Well, I think that you said that, but I'm saying that for any fighter. I'm talking about a fighter that cooperates, a fighter that works with you, that takes back a leaf from the legend himself, Muhammad Ali, to meet and greet the people, to sign autographs, take pictures, go out and see what's going on in the community. The community responded in mass. 40,000.
Will you come back here? Will you come back here to fight?
Will I come back here? I would run so fast you could be like Jesse Owens, because this is Lennox Lewis.
Lose about 150 pounds.
He's the most wanted man in America and the wanted man in the world. We're going to knock out Lennox Lewis. I think that this is
Wait a minute, don't we have Akinwande before Lewis?
We're going to get to Akinwande first, though. I was going to say that.
When?
Well, Akinwande should come before the end of the year. Hopefully, the first of next year. So we want Akinwande right away. We're going to be a great champion, fighting all the time. And the people love him. They can relate and identify with him. And I'm looking forward to that.
Let me jump in here. Today,
jump in there.
I'm going to jump in here. Today at the hearing, your name was brought up, and it was not in a sense that I'm sure you appreciated hearing. In fact, it was very derogatory, saying that you and Team Tyson took upwards of 50% of Mike Tyson's money in his last fight, as has been alleged in his lawsuit.
Jim,
your chance now to respond to what everybody saw at the hearing today. Is that accurate?
Well, first of all, if you give me a chance, I will try to answer it. First of all, thank you very much. Well, let me say this here. The people in Mike Tyson's camp, his new advisors, are now trying to lambast and bash King and Team Tyson, and that divide and conquer, the old age-old game that they've been trying for years and years and years. I resent the fact that they try to divide the community, and I certainly reject that they try to divide the black community. Be that as it may, we have not taken a dime from Mike Tyson. John Horn, Rory Holley, or myself, we all sat down, made a deal. The deal is what we agreed to. He was a part of the deal, and he got money on the other side, just as we got money there. All the money went in a pot. Now,
the fact that he made a deal, was it a fair deal? Is that a fair deal?
It's more than a fair deal.
How?
It's more than a fair deal, because you can't find me not one athlete, white or black, that was made 140.
Why are you bringing race into this? This got nothing to do with race.
It does have something to do with race, because whites always get paid more than blacks. Now, when you find a black that makes more money, you know what I mean, and especially a prize fighter, take note of that. Don't use it as run of the mill, because it is not a regular thing. It's, let's understand.
And you may have a decent argument, but you lose people when you bring race into this. This has got nothing to do about race.
Listen, don't tell me about don't bring race in. When you bring in a guy that comes out of the penitentiary and make the kind of money Mike Tyson made, and we did it with a new unprecedented deal, everybody should respond to it. Any white kid would want to do this. Any athlete. You know what I mean? All right, but let's put it in perspective. This is not the usual run-of-the-mill where you find an athlete of color that would make the kind of money that Mike Tyson made. So now
what does that have to do with your percentage?
Wait a minute, make percentage. What is? If you bring it to the table, if you're the hunter and you go out and you kill the lamb, you kill the sheep, you go out and you kill the goose and you bring it to the table, you're not supposed to get paid? Do they say something to Mike Milken when he gets paid? Do they say something to Steinbrenner when he gets paid? You know what I mean? So don't try to quantify me. I'm an American, and no one can be proud if you cannot hear me. I said a little louder. I do the American dream. All right? So don't be telling me about what I get. I get what I deserve. I probably deserve more. But don't forget, I only got 30. They got 70. You understand what I mean? So it ain't like this here. What he does with his money, that's his business. What he has for his managers, his business. But this was a Team Tyson agreement. And what is being done is misled. They're giving smoke in his brain, and they're trying to divide him, and they're not delivering for him. And so, therefore, he will find himself in a position of no return.
Do you still want to be involved with Mike Tyson? Do you still want to be involved with Mike Tyson after all of this?
I wish Mike Tyson well. I wish Mike Tyson well. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. I love the man. I made a lot of money with the man. I ain't got no problem with that.
He clearly has a problem with you now.
Well, that may be. That's because people are talking to him. You know what I mean? They always can agitate. You know what I mean? They can do that, but
He's not allowed to talk to people?
Yeah, but let duplicate. You know, watch him. And see, do they emulate and imitate what I brought to the table? See, do they bring it to the table?
Take the lock and chain off your free man now, Don. Thank you for your time.
No. You ain't gonna leave me with that, baby. No. The lock and chain is a symbol. Because we're always locked in, and we don't understand. It keeps you humble to know that you recognize how long, not long. We got to be able to stay together, unity, solidarity, and togetherness, not go and fall prey to the divisiveness. And so this lock and chain gives me a symbol to let me know that no matter how far you get or how you go, you still are an American and an African American. You got to deal with this country, in the best country in the world. I love this nation. I love the American people, but I understand. And so therefore, I keep this as a friendly reminder. The choker with the lock in the chain, the ball in the chain. And so therefore we can deal with what is real.
You gonna sing the anthem again?
Huh?
No.
I love you,
Before you sing the anthem.
Yeah.
Thank you, Don. Great show tonight.
It's going to be a great show.
Back over to you, Steve.
Great things in Showtime.
All right, Jim, thanks very much. The action in the ring after the fight more heated than the action in the ring during the fight. As we're back here with the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco, got to get your final comments on what we just saw in the main event. We got to give Vaughn Bean a lot of credit.
A lot of credit. As a man who loves boxing as much as I do, I wouldn't have been in it this many years. I sort of feel sorry for a man that comes and gives such a great performance. I mean, such an unexpected performance, and then sort of ruins it at the end with that squabbling, wheeling, moaning excuse kind of thing at the end. He should have gone out there and been so proud of having gone 12 rounds and come close to winning. He didn't win. He couldn't win. But he did a lot for himself. It's too bad that they ruined it with that display of unruliness at the end. I really regret that. I wish we could get rid of that and get back to the basics. The man lost to Holyfield, no question about it, but he covered himself with glory.
Okay, let's get the final comments now of Bobby Ches. What do you think?
I think Evander Holyfield had a very off night. I thought Vaughn Bean had a very on night. I thought he fought well. What I'd like to see Vaughn Bean do is pick one of the top 5 contenders or top 10 contenders, somebody that has a reputation is good, go out there and do the same, and then get another shot and see where it goes from there.
The thing is, what they were griping about at the end there really didn't have total bearing on the final outcome.
It had no bearing on the final outcome, and if you watch the tape again, Vaughn Bean is diving into Holyfield trying to grab him because he's been hit and he's been hurt, and what Evander does is just step out to the side. Something that's not only not illegal, but smart, so he could time his fighter and hit him on the return. It just worked.
All right, let's recap tonight's ring action, beginning with the interim